Hello everyone, Kalen North here, and welcome back to Spirit Island. Today we're going to be doing another intermediate difficulty game. This will actually be a base difficulty game as we introduce Fathomless Mud of the Swamp. Mud is a fun, interesting spirit. You know, I think they're all fun and interesting, honestly. But Mud gets to stop builds by turning them into explorers and has this 1-to-1 growth pattern, which is really fun. Just a spirit I like a lot. So we're going to play with Branching Claw, Jagged Earth, and Events on. We're going to play on board D for this game. And board D is an interesting one for Mud. We got a Jungle Explorer, okay. Because we get to start in this giant wetland up top, which normally I'd want to grow into, like, the sands to stop a city build, or into one of these mountains to stop, you know, a town build. But we can't actually do that here because they've got disease in Land 2, so there's no real reason to go into Land 2. And Land 6 we could go into, but we can't get a sacred site there this turn. So I'm going to go ahead and actually draft turn 1, just to see what we get. And we get some interesting things. Sunset's Fire Flows Across the Land is our most on-element card here, and it's not a card I'm really enthused about. So we'll probably take something else. I like Swarming Wasps a lot. Call to Bloodshed is nice. We could clear the town in Land 7, for example, with it. And Like Calls to Like. I'm not a huge fan of Like Calls to Like, but it could potentially do a little bit of work here. I think I just want to take Swarming Wasps and start trying to leverage some beast tokens, most likely. So let's do that. It's going to be weird for us in terms of elements, but whatever. We'll get 2 card plays this turn. I'm going to grow into Land 4, I think, just to try and get a little more coverage on the board. And then we will play, let's see, we don't really have a solution for Land 6. I want to pull some Dahan into Land 2, just so that we can then use those Dahan to counterattack. And let's grab... We want to play either Exaltation of Tangled Growth or Foul Vapors and Fetid Muck if we want to get our Innate this turn, which I think we do, just to get a little bit of extra Dahan movement, maybe ping an Explorer somewhere. So let's do that, and then we can also move an Explorer somewhere as well. So let's do that for now, and then they build in the jungle and explore the mountains. All right. So with a Mountain Explorer... let's push the Explorer out of Land 8 into Land 7, let's say. Let's grab some Dahan into Land 2. Oh, actually, let's... so we can Spreading a Dreadful Mire here. Ping the Explorer and push the Dahan into Land 2 there. And then we can open Shifting Waterways in Land 6. Pull a couple Dahan in, ping the Explorer. And if we can get a defend... And then we can use... If we can draft a defend card, that'll be great. If we can't draft a defend card, we will survive. But let's see what we get. Hey, there's a defend card. Defend 6, in fact. So we'll be able to take that and do some fun things with that this turn. There are other options in that pick, but I'm just going to stick with that for now. And we are not going to have enough water to get our Innate this turn, so let's just sort of work our way up towards 3 card plays, because we've got a bunch of energy already. I'm going to make a Sacred Site in Land 5, just so I have a little more flexibility in going, well, yeah. Let's, not in Land 5, excuse me. We've got sands or wetlands coming up, so let's make the Sacred Site in Land 4. And then in Land 4, we can go to Land 3 if we need to. We can go to Land... we have Sacred Site in a sand already if we need it. We've got some options there. So let's play our 2 defends. Nature's Resilience on Land 2. Intractable Thickets and Thorns on Land 6. And we got the Anti-Pocket event. Doesn't really do much. Gets us a couple of fear. Explore does not affect coastal lands. Okay, so that'll be nice if wetlands comes up. It'll just get to skip the Explore entirely, more or less. And then, yep, wetlands came up. So, oh, and we can't even target our Innate then. So that's funny. So we need to just leverage this to try and, I think, win the game as fast as possible here, because the invaders aren't doing anything. We're 3 fear away from Terror 2, so if we just reclaim, I believe, we can take out the town in Land 7 in the slow and hopefully just win the game off of that. Otherwise, we could take a major and see if we get something fast, but I think this will be straightforward enough to just reclaim and do this. So we want to play Open Shifting Waterways, we want to play Foul Vapors and Fetid Muck, and then we could play another Moon Water card. So we could play Intractable Thickets and Thorns just for the fear, effectively, and getting our level 2 innate, or level 3 innate, rather. We should have enough fear, though, even without that. So let's just play Swarming Wasps and throw a Beast token down for fun. If we get a event that messes this up, that'll be funny, but hopefully not. All right. Struggles of Growth. So we can destroy 2 presence to gain a power card, or we can forget a power card to gain some energy and move 2 presence. Irregular Outbreaks isn't going to do anything, and Careful Defense isn't going to do anything. So let's just destroy a couple of presence here. We can lose our Sacred Site down here in land 4. That's not going to do anything for us. We'll gain a minor. And again, this isn't really all that relevant as to what we take, so let's just grab Cycles of Time and Tide. Careful Defense. Fear card, we skip the lowest numbered land, matching the Explorer. Invaders ravaging the mountains. And we're playing base difficulty, so they explore in land 7, that's great. And it's not going to be a big deal because we can just Open Shifting Waterways here, pull in 2 Dahan, ping the town, and then hop in with a presence, ping the town, and that gets us 2 terror level 2, and we win the game. So, pretty straightforward, pretty simple here on base difficulty, but Mud can do a lot of different things. We didn't really stop a whole lot of builds, we just kind of overran the invaders in this one because it's base difficulty. But with the adversary games, I think it'll be a lot more interesting to see what happens. So, yeah. All right, thank you for watching, and have a great rest of your day.